Hold on, there we go. Make sure the stream is running properly. Hold on, there we go. Hello everybody, it's your pal Smiley, and we're going to be playing a superhero text adventure today. Okay, so it's the Hero Rise, the Prodigy, the first in the Heroes Rise trilogy. I have not played this in quite some time, not since back when I was in high school, and I don't think I ever finished them. Let's see how this goes. Chapter 1, Homeward Bound. A helicopter blade slices through the air, inches from your face, filling your nostrils with the smell of burning metal. You don't have time to process this, however, as a ball of flame unfurls in your direction. Kinky. You leap into the neighboring rooftop and tumble around a smoldering chunk of engine. Today was supposed to be your day off. But when you saw a news chopper careening out of control above the city, you couldn't just stand by like a common pedestrian. What are you, some kind of powerless pleb? As you pull clear of the wreckage, you see that the ejected pilot floats high above the rooftops from a parachute, one that is crawling with licks of flame. It won't be long before the parachute burns through and the pilot drops hundreds of stories to his death. How are you going to save him? Let's see, we can rip up the cables that run along the roof and use them to lasso the pilot down. Not the best choice. Use the zip cord from your wrist holster to reel in the pilot. So, knock off Spider-Man. Forget the pilot, he'll be able to see himself from the rooftops. It's much more important to stop the burning wreckage from falling onto the busy streets below. A difficult choice. So on the one hand, I tend to play these things fairly Paragon, but I really feel like being a dick. But what's the more dickish move? Zip cord saves the pilot, but potentially fucks the people. Forgetting the pilot leaves him potentially fucked, but saves the people below. Rip up the cables that run along the roof. You know, that's going to fuck up people's power, their television. Yeah, I think I'm going with that one. Next. You reach down to pull the cables off the roof, not noticing the danger high voltage sign on a nearby ledge. Ah, fuck. You tug on the cables and scream as electricity rips through you like 1,000 needles. God damn it. I want to hurt other people, not myself. As your vision fades to black, you remove the virtual reality helmet from your head and end your 3D gaming experience. You blink several times to adjust to the sunlight in the room, which pours in through the sleek glass windows. Then you look across the conference table at the buttoned-up executive. Why the fuck were you playing at VR at an executive meeting? So what do you think? They really ramped up the graphics, right? Okay, that's on me. Assuming it was a man. Keeping that voice. She blurts out, "Oh, don't spoil the surprise. Take the game home and Take the game home for your full report. You can collect your advance from the front desk on your way out. Thanks as always, You are Virtuous Reality's best game tester, but this executive still doesn't know your name. Bitch." You force a smile and remind her that you are named... Take a sip from my tea. Kyle, ew. Gino, too ethnic. Stefan, I'm not a dick. Shane, I am a fan of BuzzFeed Unsolved. Maybe. Aurelia, not bad. Morgan, could go either way. Ariel, I am not a princess. Julia, it's basic bitch name. Chelsea, also a basic bitch name. Sam, I'm very torn. I can't. It's either going to be Shane, or I come up with something myself. You know what? Let's go full customization of this one. Figure out our own fucking name. I shall be called... I'll be called Arthelio. That's his name, right? Right, Arthelio. Always a pleasure. The executive then strides out the door, no doubt on her way to a more important meeting and wondering who the fuck names their child Arthelio. So you walk forward to the front desk, thinking you'd much rather be out there saving real helicopter crashes than testing fake ones. But hey, at least it pays the bills. I think you'd probably get paid for saving real helicopter crashes. Is that not something people get paid for? Though not very well, you think as you accept the deposit for $100. How the fuck are you the best game tester at this company, and all you're getting is fucking $100 per test? What? I know game testers make shit money, supposedly at least. What the hell? Adding this amount to your bank account brings you to a grand total of $2,100. Not exactly rolling in dough, now are you? You push all thoughts of money from your mind as you exit into the bustling streets of Millennia City, nestled on America's west coast between Los Angeles and San Francisco. Millennia City is the shining beacon of 22nd century progress. Not to mention the city you've called your home for your entire life. You fucking pleb, you've never gone anywhere else. You step into the crowd next to a woman whose skin is covered in fishy scale. Ew! Gross ass fish people. Segregate the fish people. Yeah, I'll say it. Unpopular opinion. Send the fish people back home. Each one reflecting a different color. You suppose this might surprise some people, but not you. NYC has finance, LA has entertainment and fish people, and DC has politics. And again, fish people, well, no, it'd be more lizard people for DC. But MC, oh, that's fucking pretentious as shit, has heroes. It's the powered capital of the country. Fact you're reminded of is a sonic boom pulses through the air. What? Are they throwing terrible video games through the air? You look up to see twin blondes rocketing across the sky. A cloud of smoke left in their wake. So twins are the rocket, alright. You sigh, knowing that you belong up there with the legends instead of down here with the masses. But we do intend to be kind of a fuck-up, so it does fit with the legends. These days, 1 out of every 3 people is born with powered abilities, and pretty much every one of them wants to be a hero. Especially now that powered heroes have eclipsed movie stars and music icons to set the standard for A-list celebrity. Oh, I should have fucking named myself Deku. God damn it. You'd also love to be flying home right now, considering that you have the power to fly, but you have to walk like a pleb because you don't have a license. However, after one too many gruesome air collisions, the Department of Regulation and Powered Resources designated the skies for government licensed travelers only. I was fucking kidding. God damn it. Freaking Xenoverse 2 all over again. So flying is definitely off limits for you, but do you let that stop you? Ah yes, hello Angel. Yes, I am very much a fan of text games. To see. Enough limits for you. Do you let that stop you? Okay, I'm being a dick, so no, I'm a fly. Why on earth would you take the Metroway when you could be careening through the air, cutting your trip to a fraction of the time? Sure, the cost of transportation has grown insanely cheap since the Big Sur fusion plant was constructed. And the economist Maria Prisco calculated the cure for inflation. How the fuck do you cure that? Alright, but that doesn't stop the Metroway from taking forever during rush hour. Why does it take forever if there's no one's fucking using it? Oh yes, it will get crazy, I assure you, Angel. And yes, I'm going to call you that every time you say something. Even though it would be very bad to get caught flying illegally, you've been soaring around MC ever since you could crawl fly. What the fuck is crawl flying? So you know all the best routes to keep yourself hidden from view. Stepping into a deserted alley, you leap into the air and tense your muscles to kickstart your flying powers. Most people think flying feels like floating, but you know it really feels more like swimming. It takes a lot of muscle control and endurance. Luckily, you've been training for years the way the runner trains for a marathon, so you can fly today without much trouble. You pull upward, feeling gravity work with you instead of against you. Keeping close to the cover of the rooftops, you begin to weave your way home, cruising in and out of clearings with missile precision. And when a helicopter buzzes its way through the sky above you, you can't help but smile. Can I down that helicopter? And then say, I really want to down that helicopter and then save it. I want to go, like, just full, absolute prick superhero. You drop down to the street as you enter your neighborhood, MC's Eastern Fringes, which consists mostly of public housing projects, pawn shops, and liquor marts. Oh, we deep in the ghetto. Despite its lack of charm, the Fringes are still home. So as you start to relax as you approach your apartment building, a loud crunch of glass snaps your senses to attention. Your foot is now full of glass, and you have tetanus. Half a block up, you spot a body that has been thrown through the windshield of a car. A teenage boy with writhing snakes coiled around his outstretched arms stands on the sidewalk nearby. Did he shoot snakes into the car? What? Okay. Before he can even blink, the body in the windshield leaps into the sky. It's another teenage boy whose woolly knees been... Wait. Okay, so he's some kind of goat or sheep... Wait. The body in the windshield... Did he fly? Is he getting telekinetically thrown around? Slugger, you curse yourself. Another animal gang... Oh, this is getting into furry territory real fast. The Eastern Fringes are home to a large portion of the animalistic powered population, widely known to have the most interspecies... okay. Okay, no, it's no longer just the furry. Exercise all animal people from the city. If I could be animal people racist, I'm gonna do it. There's an especially fierce feud between two local anagangs, the Cloven and the Scale. Okay, if the Scales is fish, I'm siding with the Cloven to get rid of them. I've decided this. As Goat Boy bounds through the air, Snake Boy reacts. His arm snakes surge forward, straightening their impossibly long bodies and clamping onto Goat Boy's thighs with their teeth. God damn. Okay. I was joking about the goddamn furry thing, but it immediately takes a mildly sexual turn. God damn it. Snake Boy then whips his arms back, using the snakes as levers to smash Goat Boy into the pavement. Now that's how you make some shawarma. Knowing Goat Boy won't be able to survive much more snake thrashing, you run toward the scene and jump into the fray, striking hard and fast. Hang back and contain the situation from a distance. If I handle it from a distance, it's more likely Goat Boy will die. But if I save him now, I could get the freaking snake scale people on my back. Which group do I want to piss off more? Scale people could still be involved with the fish. Fuck the snakes. But not in a gay way. Or a furry way. You're on Snake Boy so fast he doesn't even see you coming. Oh, he wouldn't. In addition to your flight powers, you also have the ability to generate and wield surges of energy. Which power set do you want to utilize here? So you take Snake Boy out with a focus blast of energy, cost 5. Fly tackle Snake Boy like a human battering ram. That could endear me to the goat people. They have horns and such. Don't need to use my powers to end this. Actually, I don't think... I have not looked at my stats yet. Okay, let's see what we got to work with. Fame/justice, 50-50. Lawless/lawful, 57-43. Offensive, defensive, 57-43. Soloist, team player. And powers at 98. I'm definitely going to lean more into fame, because I want to be a dick. Lawless, maybe I'll try and keep that more even. Offensive, probably going to focus on that. Soloist, could go either way. Unknown relationships. Okay. Oh, I have a legend I can build. Interesting. Codename I am unknown. I am one of the worst Pokemon. Wonderful. Return to game. Gonna ram him like Goat Boy would. Running at full speed, you jump forward and give yourself a boost with your flight powers. Rocketing like a bullet, you slam into Snake Boy and knock him into a nearby wall. His entrails splatter across the pavement. They'll never get all of him out of the grout. With Snake Boy diverted, you turn your attention back to Goat Boy. He's already bounding up the street, bleeding curses as he flees. Brr, brr, bitch! Fuck off. Which is just as well. Your only goal here was to stop the teens from killing each other, since getting involved is technically an illegal act of vigilantism. Well, we know we're all about illegal acts so far. Before any powered individual can start a career as a professional hero, he or she must apply for a powered hero license to lessen the number of applicants. The DERPer, I already don't remember what that stands for, I'm just calling him DERPer, makes the process rather lengthy and expensive. You've completed all the paperwork and passed the power competency tests. You've been saving up for a while to pay that hefty application fee. So with Goat Boy gone and Snake Boy neutralized, that's one way to put it, it's time to leave before you get into any unnecessary trouble. Okay, I can't stay and fuck up the cops so they try and take me in for vigilantism. Damn it. They were at it for almost 5 minutes and no one did a thing. You turn around to find a mother and her young daughter standing on the sidewalk, both looking relieved. The mother presses a tissue to the little girl's forehead against a small cut. They were blocking the doors to our building, the mother says. We tried to run inside but got hit with some debris. These Anagang fights have been getting so much worse lately. Anyway, who do I have to thank for stopping them? So you tell her who you are, the neighborhood needs to watching over them, license or no license. Stay anonymous, you don't need to do good deeds like this for attention. Well, we already broke the law, may as well focus on fame and getting our name out there. I'm Arthelio Sterling. Sterling? What? I couldn't pick my fucking last name. I have to be Sterling. At least it fits with the dick persona. You say, shaking her hand. Just doing my part to keep the neighborhood safe. Thank you, Arthelio. Thank you, Arthelio, the mother says. Are you a real-life powered hero? The little girl whispers, gazing up at you. Oh, yes, they are, the mother answers. Just get home safely, you say, as you continue toward home, not wanting to admit that you aren't a real hero, and you never will be. When you finally walk into your apartment, you're hit with the familiar fragrance of flowers. Your roommate keeps hotboxing the place and smelling that terrible scented crap to get rid of the smell. That's thanks to your grandma, who's also powered. Her special ability enables her to communicate with plants. As far back as you can remember, Grandma has filled your home with every kind of flower and foliage imaginable. Whenever you piss her off, she fills your bed with poison ivy. Your apartment has always felt like a lush greenhouse, and you couldn't imagine it any other way. You drop your bag near the door and approach your favorite flower. I don't know what the fuck any of these are. I'm assuming this is somehow determining something about the color of our costume, maybe? There's no indicator of what they're supposed to mean. It's not telling us anything. And I refuse to look at the stupid walkthrough thing. I'm gonna go with this one because it has the longest name. Gune Metalia is a silver rose from a species of with metallic foliage that Grandma has spent years breeding. You lean in to get a whiff of the rose, which almost smells faintly of caramel. Another one of Grandma's unique touches. What the fuck should I give her? I'm afraid Giddy Metalia has been especially cross with me today, Grandma says, entering the living room. I had to de-thwart her this morning, and now she feels particularly vulnerable. You know how roses get with their thorns, such a sore spot. Well, tell Gimme Italia I think she's still a stunner. Thorns or no thorns, you say, approaching Grandma. You know Grandma better than anyone, so you describe her style as... I feel like simple automatically implies stupid. I'm gonna go with kooky, because I want her to be a nutcase, like Andre's grandma from fucking Victorious or some shit. Or Seuss's mom. No, it's Seuss's grandma, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean. Grandma loves plants and isn't afraid to show it. She wears nothing but dresses with floral patterns and plant-themed accessories. You kiss her hello and step back and point to the new video games you've brought home. Oh, right. I completely forgot. I already forgot the fact that we're a game programmer. Who the fuck is talking? Another whooping virtuous reality deposit to add to the pot. Every little bit helps, you know that, Grandma says. Now if only I could teach one of these little darlings to start growing money for leaves. If anyone can do it, it's you, Gran. Start a counterfeiting operation. Embrace the evil that I am going to put into this world. You say, walking towards the kitchen. What are we having for dinner? I'm starving. Counterfeit money. But you stop short as you see the feast laid out at the kitchen table. Peter's grandma's cooked your favorite meal. Money chicken, money burgers, money pot pie, money as far as the eye can see. Happy birthday, she says with a grin, hugging your side. 1 hour later. You finally push your plate away, your stomach uncomfortably full. You belch, releasing several bills out into the air. You love Grandma's cooking, but it's usually pretty heavy. You know, nickels and pennies and such kind of weigh you down. All meat and bread and pasta, since vegetables tend to scream at Grandma when she tries to eat them. Okay, so she's going like a full reverse Poison Ivy with this. I always kind of assumed Poison Ivy just ate vegetables and shit. Because, like, you know, they don't think they talk about that. Makes sense. Well, then now that you've eaten a proper meal, I can finally give you your present, Grandma says, turning to a shelf above the table, where several potted plants sit. Their leafy vines hang down across the wall to create a lush green curtain. Guadalupe, would you please? At Grandma's request, the nearest vine swings towards you, an envelope nestled between its lower leaves. Go ahead, take it, Grandma practically squeals. I can't wait any longer. Knowing it would be useless to object, you open the envelope, which is made of silk Okay, I guess again it makes sense with the plant thing, but where the fuck is she getting silk envelopes? And pull out a card made entirely of dried rose... Okay, so she won't use paper envelopes, but she'll make a card out of dried rose petals. Is it because they're already dead and fell off, so she can't do anything with it? Whatever. I'm starting to question Grandma's sensibilities. Grandma never lets anything go to waste, especially not the remains of her best friends. And while the rose card is especially lovely, you're really stunned by what's in it. A brand new Derper-issued powered hero license. For you! You read the license, double-checking that the information listed really belongs to you. Department for the Regulation of Powered Resources. It's a dumb acronym. Hero license. Name, Arthelio Sterling. Gender, TBD. I don't remember if all of these choices were part of this back when it first came out. This thing is almost a decade old. If they were, kudos, thinking ahead. If not, still impressive. I can enter my own... I assume that I can enter my own vocabulary is meant more for, like, the special pronouns, like shkly, shklim kind of shit. I'm gonna go with male, just because that's how I want to play this, but I may do if I do a Paragon one, I may do something where I make the character some psychotic thing. Next. Derper hero license, Arthelio Sterling. Male, single, hopefully not for long. Orientation, Since the 21st century, political disputes regarding sexual orientation and marriage, the government has required all citizens to declare their orientation along with their marital status. You may think it's a bit of an invasion of privacy, but it was a required field in your application. So you answered that you were attracted to... Okay, so they just piled all those into one thing. Yeah, let's try and fuck everybody. You're never attracted to just one type, but lately even more attracted to... So you... Motherfucker. Why put the option to go for both if you can't just go for both? The fact that they have this in here implies that it's still going to try and skew it more towards one side. Fine. I'll go with more female identified for simplicity's sake, but what the fuck? You either go all in or don't. Okay, next, your code name is Maneuver... Rush, Conduit, Charge, Sphinx. I'm creating my own fucking code name. What to call myself? I don't want it to be something basic, but I also don't want to go too far with something obscene because I don't want to have any issues going forward. We shall call ourselves Captain Thunderificent. Thunderificent. ... The 21st... ... Esquire. Fuck. There we go. Next. Codename Captain Thunderificent. The 21st. Esquire. You stare down in disbelief at the fact that they actually let you get away with that shit. Grandma has just given you the best birthday present ever. How? You start to ask, not sure where to begin. Then you remember Grandma has a massive weed farm out back. Someone just needed to pay the outstanding bill on your application, Grandma says, beaming. But Gran, this is too much. We can't possibly afford... Hush! I got the green thumb and the sticky icky. We're good, Grandma says, crossing her arms. I had to spend all that extra potpourri money on something useful, didn't I? Oh, is that how she markets it? Potpourri. Grandma smiles at you, then looks at the tree in the corner of the kitchen. She nods, and right on cue, the tree begins to shake, letting loose a shower of sparkling seeds. Grandma only has that old tree shake shimmers on the most special of occasions. She has a fucking tree to shit sparkles everywhere? What tree does that? What the hell? Alright. Thank you, Gran, is all you can manage. It's only what you deserve, Arthelio, Grandma says, leaning back in her chair and stroking the shimmer tree. Okay, I'm not sure what to make of that imagery. Besides, it's what your parents would have wanted. Next chapter, By the Roots. Once upon a time, your parents, the Sound and the Fury, they're terrible names, were Millennia City's most we're not calling it MC anymore, most famous powered couple. When they met in high school, they discovered that your mother's ability to generate vocal sonic waves perfectly complemented your father's ability to harness sound energy. Almost immediately after they arrived in MC's hero scene, the public became enamored with their budding romance and their harmonious power set. Okay, so this is just fucking sky high, essentially. Okay, I'm good with that. As they rose rapidly to the hero A-list, no villain was too dangerous for them to battle, and no party was too exclusive for them to attend. It was a coke on tits bonanza. This meant that you got to spend your childhood immersed in MC's finest hero high life. You've been addicted to heroin since age 6, knowing that someday you'd fight alongside your parents as a famous hero. Until your 13th birthday. It was going to be the best night of your life, the first time your powers might begin to manifest. Your parents were at the press conference speaking about one of their newest successes. shutting down an assassin training academy masquerading as a public high... Like the fucking thing from Family Guy with was a Catholic school where there was actually midgets running a drug trade. How could they fucking pass? It's a public high school. If it were a private school, fine. A public high school is a government-run facility. How? They were supposed to say a few words about the mission and then come straight home to celebrate their big night. However, just as they were preparing to leave, a young villainess crashed the event. She was Miss Artillery, one of the Assassin Academy's teachers, and she entered ranting about how the sound and the fury had ruined her life. Okay, so this is literally just the fucking climax of Sky High. God damn it. She quickly went on the offensive with her powers to generate weaponry, and your parents moved to apprehend her. But for some strange reason, perhaps because they were in such a rush to get home to you, they miscalculated their joint attack. In what became the biggest news of the news story of the year, the Sound and the Fury murdered... Okay. Oh, I get to pick how they did this bitch in. Liquefying her brain, snapping her spine, or blowing out her heart. I feel like this is another thing that's probably going to factor into my alignment going forward. But I'm not sure how. I feel like the liquefying her brain is maybe the humane thing? If it's instantaneous, the snapping the spine just seems, pretty basic. Blowing out the heart, though, that's the most brutal. So I think I'll go with that. While your father used his sound's enhanced strength to restrain Miss Artillery, your mother aimed to disable her with a quick sonic blast. You still don't know whether your mother misjudged the strength of her blast or your father miscalculated the angle. Either way, when the blast cleared, Miss Artillery was twisted up in your father's arms, her fingers clutching her chest. What? If it blew out her heart, what the fuck was there to clutch? Like, I'm picturing, like, when fucking Alucard shot the big titty police girl. Like, just a gaping hole. What? Did it just rupture it? Like the freaking people, the skateboarder junkies in Condor? Blow out her heart implies like there's a hole in her. That is what I wanted. I'm disappointed now. Also, how is it his fault? He was just holding her there. If it was powerful enough to rupture one of her organs, it wouldn't matter where it hit her. It was his mom's fault. Absolutely. This certainly wasn't the first time a hero had accidentally used fatal force against the villain. Traditionally, this mistake would require a fair amount of community service and a hefty fine. That's it? Heroes can just fucking kill people and then get a slap on the wrist? Especially for heroes with your parents' caliber. However, this accident came on the heels of a recent string of excessive hero-on-villain brutality. Oh, we're gonna get deep into that. And their case fell into the hands of Judge Victon, an up-and-comer who was making a play to become MC's mayor. Deciding that a harsh ruling would set a perfect example for his zero-tolerance campaign against heroic brutality, Judge Victon passed the harshest sentence ever given to any powered hero. Citing a murderous misuse of powered ability, he sentenced your parents to a life term in the Devoid, a maximum security facility for powers without visitation rights. That implies to me, with the name, it's something like the fucking Negative Zone prison from Civil War. I'm not good with that. Also, how the fuck did sentencing the most popular fucking heroes in the city, like in the world, to life in prison for an accident get him the mayor spot? Unless there's, like a building anti-superhero presence at the time, who the fuck is gonna vote for him after that? More realistically, more people who are like, fuck you, let him go, you're not gonna be bad. Like, what the hell? The last time you saw your parents was on the day of that infamous sentencing, right before the police escorted them to the Devoid. You'll never forget the image of your mother and father in orange jumpsuits and handcuffed and shamed, their spirits broken. Judge Victon wouldn't even let them hug you goodbye. I hope I get to murder him, because this guy just seems like a fucking asshole. Your mom couldn't stop crying as the police escorted her away, but as your dad followed, he turned to you and said the words you'd come to live by. Don't let this stop you, Arthelio. My own fucking name. Don't let this stop you, Arthelio. Become a hero. For us. Yeah, you gotta be disappointed, Dad. Your father could not have known the profound effect these words would have on you, especially after his unjust treatment at the hands of the legal system. As a result, you have very strong beliefs regarding the law. I always follow the law in order to avoid my parents' fate. However, I don't necessarily mind getting a bit creative with the law if the situation absolutely calls for it. Fuck that. I have no problem breaking the law, but I try to follow it whenever it seems reasonable enough. No, absolutely no respect for the law. I know that I have to... Yeah, fuck that, yeah. Fuck them. Flying illegally in small acts of vigilantism or child's play, you're not going to let anything, especially not the broken legal system, stand in the way of your heroic rise. Full-on totalitarianism. That's what I'm talking about. After the trial, your parents' considerable fortune was transferred to Miss Arthelio. Oh, fuck that. She was a bad guy. Fuck that. I'm taking that money if I get the chance. You were assigned to live with your only living relative, your grandma. However, moving on with her wasn't so simple. Over the course of their careers, your parents had amassed a deadly collection of enemies, each of whom would be thrilled to seek revenge on the Sound and the Fury's now defenseless family. So the court enrolled you and Grandma in the Powered Family Protection Program, or... So, that's like one letter off from the fucking noise spat from Hamtaro Mix. I'm calling it the poofed from now on because of that, and I'm imagining whoever runs it as Spat. That boy was a goddamn unit. You and your grandma were given brand new identities. The Sterling name was assigned to you, though you at least got to keep your first name. What? How many fucking Arthelios are out there in the world? I highly doubt that I would be safe keeping a first name like that. He would still be incredibly easy to track down. Grandma suddenly found herself forced to live in a pitiful poofed stipend and had to move in a small apartment at the eastern fringes. She also had to pull you out of your fancy powered-only private school and enroll you in the local public school. Was it the one with the assassin training? Also, why the fuck are they in the same... If they're basically in the witness protection program, why are they in the same fucking city? Okay, your real name is... Tricamo Apple Caston Rosado Lee Rizzo Dector Ito. Okay, again, coming up with my own name. Arthelio... need a good name. Arthelio what? Something that pops. Something that's got some panache to it. Something to put some pep in your step. Arthelio... Oh, I know. Oh, I gotta... is there an I? Arthelio Voltaire. Because it's like slightly off from the dude. The third. Esquire. He's still a lawyer. He's not actually a lawyer. He just tells people he is. They had that put in their name. So, Arthelio Voltaire III, Esquire, was no more, giving way instead to Arthelio Sterling. Completely separate people. No one's gonna notice that. And you found that the Sterling version of yourself was vastly different. Forced to grow up way faster than anyone ever should. Back in the kitchen, you look across the table at Grandma. She's the only other person in the world who understands how you feel. After all, she was forced to abandon the life that she had built for over 70 years to enter the poofed with you. Despite this, Grandma still managed to start over and find a way to be happy once again. And without her, you'd have had no shot at becoming a hero. Thank you, Gran, you repeat, fighting against the lump forming in your throat. Oh, hush up, Grandma says, wiping at her cheeks. That's not... Could find a better way to phrase that. What are you waiting for? You've got a career to start. You just got home. Get the fuck out there and start heroing. What did she do before? I would assume she probably ran like a flower shop or an arboretum or something. Was it really that difficult to start over when you can control plants at will? And again, that's also a fairly specific power. How are people not able to notice? You run into your room when you've made We've made sure not to keep any plants, since you don't need Grandma's best spies hanging around. It is decorated plainly. What truly makes the room yours is the wall filled with framed posters of your favorite powered heroes. Featured centrally are your parents in their classic Sound and Fury costumes. Right next to them, your favorite powered hero, Rebellion. He's been your idol ever since you were a little kid. You've got plenty of other posters on your hero worship wall. This kid really is Deku. But whose career do you want to emulate most? The team players or the solo heroes? Rebellion, the leader of the millennial group, MC's #1 power. The Everyman Brigade, the most proud work. Okay. Static, the Eastern Fringe's current champion. Black Magic, the MC's latest hero heartthrob. Okay, this is actually a difficult decision. I assume picking either of the top two is, leads to the team player and the other two leads to soloist. But also this one is I want money. And this one is I want bitches. Money, bitches, money, bitches, money, bitches, money, bitches. Realistically, as part of a team, I could get money and bitches. There we go. The Everyman Brigade does good deeds and rakes in the big bucks at the same time, working for high-profile mega clients and donating time to pro bono cases. Professional heroing is a business, after all, and no one knows that better than the Everyman. See how our stats shifted. Okay, a little more towards fame. Definitely into lawless. A little more offensive. I do want to try and keep the soloist team player stuff relatively even. Okay, I can fuck over. Yeah, okay, Victon has a relationship bar. That means I can fuck his shit up. Back to game. I hit back, return to game. There we go. Every morning you stare at the hero wall and envision what your own poster will look like among these heroes. Preferably you're squatting. Peeling your eyes away, your attention wanders down to the video game you're supposed to be testing. After you have your license, you can finally quit the game testing job, since there are dozens of ways for heroes to earn a living, like game testing. Most of those paid jobs are very difficult to obtain, though. You've heard the horror stories about the endless lines at the derper to collect powered hero unemployment. What the fuck? Is it really that difficult? Just go out, save people, the money will come. If this whole goddamn society is centered around it. How many heroes are on unemployment? Tell me. Why don't they just have other jobs on the side? Like Secret Debt. It just doesn't make sense. Still, you don't think twice about tossing the video game in the trash and reaching for your single most prized possession, your Captain Thunderificent the 21st Esquire costume. Also, why throw it in the trash? You could probably sell that shit for money. What if the game never comes out and you have the only pseudo-proto copy? And you get to release the ROMs online and become a hero to nerds everywhere. As you suit up, you pull a mask over your face to protect your... If you have a goddamn license telling you and you're making merchandising deals and shit, what is the point of having a secret identity? Even though no one would ever recognize you as the Sound and the Fury's child now that you're all grown up. You don't need anyone discovering the sterling identity and coming after Grandma. You've been perfecting the right costume for a long time, since it's your calling card as a hero. Knowing this, we've chosen the color scheme that's all tones of black and metal gray for intimidation, bright and bold black and bronze, colors of the city flag, blue and gold, colors of your favorite hero Rebellion, red and silver, the colors of my parent. Fuck the city. Rebellion, they're not bad colors, and since but he's on the opposing team, that'll draw attention. Why only an idiot would do that one? So bright and bold primary colors get noticed. Okay, do I want to intimidate people or get attention? If I intimidate people, I will get attention. So I'm gonna go with black and gray to intimidate the fuck out of people. Every time you put on your costume, you can't wait to use your powers. So you snap your fingers, generating a small pop of energy, which also happens to be your favorite color. Oh, What the fuck? Just create your own... I guess it's for, like, more specific shades, but it's better to create your own color is a poor choice of words. Blue, black... Fuck, pink. Black and green, black and silver. The pink actually probably work pretty well with black and silver as a costume. Pink. As the pop of pink energy, which too much of which is dangerous. You look over your costume in the mirror, knowing that style without substance means very little. You've also chosen design features to amplify your powers. Truth be told, you've been able to afford your hero license way sooner if you hadn't spent so much money on your most prized upgrade. Aerodynamic rounded curves and small black wings, a rocket backpack, channel of energy, large metal wristbands, blasting. The blasting could work, but the wings could also be useful. Nah, fuck it, brute force. Blasting. This offensive upgrade allows you to create blasts at half the power cost, an invaluable resource while in the field. Oh, power's at 100. Good. Why the fuck didn't that change my offensive state? Is it going to change it after the next fucking thing? Why? How does that not... I specifically just got an upgrade for offense. How does that not change my offensive stat? Whatever. As you, Captain Thunderificent the 21st Esquire, stand there in your perfect costume, and with all of your intentions set, you realize you're finally ready to start your hero career. Go forth and fuck shit up. But becoming a legendary hero means more to you than just fulfilling your own dreams. It's also about redeeming the Voltaire III Esquire name. You have one ultimate goal: to become an A-list hero and reveal to Millennia City that you are actually the Sound and the Fury's child, and preferably murder that mayor in process. You know that achieving this level of success is the only way to restore your honor to your parents and redeem your family's legacy in the hero world. Because it's so important to your end goal, one central question constantly plagues you. In your rise to become a legend, is it more important to focus on achieving fame or upholding justice? Everyone wants to know my name to go to the top. I don't care what they're saying as long as they're talking about me. That's probably what I'm going to go with. Having people know who I am is always going to help, but only if my reputation is worthwhile. Fuck that. It's vital that I uphold justice first and foremost, but that doesn't mean I can't smile for the press once in a mission is No. Always doing the right thing will make me a hero worthy of legend. I'll get to the top by never compromising my commitment to justice. Yeah, nah. Don't give a shit what they're saying. There's no such thing as bad publicity. Fuck them. Telling your mother your name earlier tonight was just... Oh,